Away my mouse click. Another game with a banger soundtrack. Get used to this one, chat. It doesn't get any better. Did I say aliens? I meant to say viruses. I guess there's a spaceship. There could be aliens and viruses. Anybody know the plot of Dr. Mario? Alright. This is David Korean's A Boy and His Blob. Very charming adventure exploration game on NES. Typically, you have to go around and pick up a bunch of treasure, and then you go to a shop and you buy some items, travel to the alien world, and you save the day. But we're going to skip almost all of that, and I'll show you how. As we start the timer super late. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Dave and Rick. Best friends. So your jelly beans give your blob a special power. Kind of cool. I don't know why I got away from a hole there. Ooh, so this part is one of the first tricky part of the run. You need the blob lined up better in this corridor here. I'm gonna place him right here. Because if you have this just a little bit off when you do the death warp, it doesn't work. And you start over. The game respawns you at the house instead of where you want to respawn. Come on, punch. I am very bad on my menuing. I remember how to menu. So, you know, the punch, jelly bean gives you a hole punch, very clever. If you fall like on this side of this little crack, you start over. If you fall on this side of this little crack, you start over. You gotta fall right in the middle here in order to spawn there, so that's pretty important. Really? Come on over, game. Come on over, guy. Get our licorice ladder. If you're too close to the side... Wow, okay. That sucks. Will you come follow me? Thank you. Alright, we'll do ladder over here. Oh, what a disaster. You're not supposed to fall there, chat. Okay, I just lining them up for the proper climb here. The floors are suggestions sometimes. I'll place you a little bit better here. So here's a neat little trick. For a while, runners were using the ladder on this section, but you can use the tangerine trampoline. You skip all this laddering, and if you're good at menuing, you can do it super fast. It does require to use ketchup, though. Ketchup are pretty rare and very important for later in the run, so you don't want to mess up your ketchup jelly beans too much. So the entire point of going into this subway and cave system was to pick up this bag of jelly beans. This bag of jelly beans has lime jelly beans in it, which are very important. Cannot beat the game without lime jelly beans. Over here, dude. And we get our Applejack jelly bean. And now we can climb back to the surface. And since we don't need anything else in this area, instead of doing the rest of the underworld... Oh, we didn't get to skip. That was weird. We're gonna fly straight to the planet. And I'll show you why you don't need anything else in this game. We're gonna do a completely normal, very not at all game-ending glitch here, where we despawn all the enemies. for the rest of the game. So that's why you don't need to buy any weapons or anything like that. All you gotta do is throw a jelly bean and cross this invisible wall at the same time. Yep, there we did. That was pretty fast. You'll see the end boss flicker on screen for a very brief moment. That means you got the glitch. And if you don't get the glitch and you run this way, you're going to get pelted by a lot of falling objects and falling aliens and falling objects and things like that. Now we just run for a bit. But if you don't do that glitch, this game kind of tests your knowledge of the jelly beans. Because you can use various jelly beans to kind of dodge obstacles and get around enemies that way, but you don't have enemies to worry about. So, just gonna run through this entirely too big of a corn maze into the abandoned factory, jamming out the whole time. Doo-doo. Doo-doo. Into the barren wastelands, and into the final cave. So again, there's enemies all over the place usually. There's some crushers there, some crushers here. One more screen. Build a bridge. Back to our ketchup jelly beans. And the reason we had to go into the sewer or subway system in the first place is we needed the lime jelly beans. You know why we need the lime jelly beans? Because they make a key. Can't get past this door without key lime jelly beans. Very clever. Alright, end of this. Now we just need to get to our apple jelly beans, pick up enough speed to throw the jelly bean over the rock. And that's time when he bumps over the thing. So we force feed the king all these vitamins, he explodes, and that's time. That is the any percent no out of bounds run. No out of bounds, you say? There's out of bounds in this game? Of course there is. We'll be doing those next. Oh. Sorry about that. Reset was awkward. So, a couple different runs in this game. I just showed you any percent no out of bounds. I'm going to show you cauldron percent with a death warp, cauldron percent without a death warp as well. And they use out of bounds extensively. So, you know, I said we need to get the lime jelly beans. Well, we don't need to get past that key door in this run, so we're just going straight to the planet. And because this game is exceptionally well made, and there's nothing wrong with the programming, we can fall through the floor very, very easily and get out of bounds. Bum 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 bum. Come on, a little further. All right, so you make a hole with the blob, and then you throw a jelly bean off screen and move the opposite direction during the screen transition to follow the jelly bean. Fall through the hole. Whee! And we just run this way for a long time. This will bring us straight to the cauldron. There's two ways to do the cauldron run. This is the easy way, but the slower way. I'll try to show you both, but the slow way is actually faster for me because I'm bad at menuing. So, we'll do this run with a death warp and without a death warp, and then I'll show you a faster way to do it, but it probably won't be faster. Rick Booth! It's a well-programmed game, MTI. I don't know what all the complaints are about. I don't know how this game got into Jank Fest. Jankuary. Nothing wrong with it. So we'll do Death Warp on this one, which means we just run straight into this upcoming cauldron. The goal of this percentage is to turn off the cauldron. So we can do that one of two ways. We can die, which spawns us up here where we can hit the switch, and that's time for that one. Or we can do the exact same run, but climb a ladder up to that area instead of dying. So let's do that. Nope. Wrong button. So again, we're going to skip the entire subway system, go straight to the planet. Fall into the floor again. Our little hole punch trick. Run all the way over to the cauldron. This time we're going to use a ladder to climb up and hit the switch that way. I guess I should not have restarted the timer each run. My bad. Yeah. Please donate to see more awesome games on RGL. So we'll be about 10 minutes in after... Should be on licorice now. I need to be on catch-up though. On catch-up. Use our catch-up to warp our guy over where we want him to be, and then we'll use ladder to climb up and turn off the cauldron that way. Doo-doo. Alright, so on our guy. Give him a licorice jelly bean. And turn off the cauldron that way. That's time on that run. And the last one I'll show you is we're going to turn off the cauldron again, but go a completely different way. And by completely different, I mean we're going to warp straight to the planet, fall through the hole, and run left this time. Not right. Very slow liftoff. Do 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 do. And after this run, we'll have a small setup break. I'll run some music, and then Big Mike and I will play Turf Masters Golf for about an hour. Yeah, run left. In this economy? What further, guy? I could have done it there as well. It doesn't matter which way you throw the bean, as long as you are running the opposite way. So, this room may look familiar. Now we're trapped in a cage. How do we get out? Gotta use our friend the Blob. Get in the cage with me. Oh, nope, not ladder. Not ladder. Ladder might work, actually. Supposed to use trampoline there. Okay, ladder, trampoline does not work. Ladder does not work. I've never tried that. There's an invisible wall here. Do you not eat the jelly bean? Dude. up over this wall. And then there's another wall here, so we spawn our guy. This is the run where jelly beans are really important for catch-up. You cannot waste hardly any. You need to summon your blob a couple different times in places you can't usually get to. So there's our key door. And we're back here. But our blob isn't, so... need to summon him again. Basically do the same thing. I don't know why there are two boss rooms, one empty, one not. I'm not sure why that is. There's our key door again. Summon this guy. Okay. Nope, not ladder. We're gonna see the rarely seen vanilla jelly bean. Vanilla turns him into an umbrella. And this'll prevent us from dying when we fall in a hole. We'll just glide down. And wouldn't you have it, as luck would be, we're gonna land right on that switch when we fall down and turn off the cauldron that way. Whee! So that's that run. This run is the fastest way to hit the cauldron switch if you can menu better. I can't menu better. So I prefer to run the right way and just run for a bit and then straight into the cauldron. You can also death warp this way, just don't turn on the ladder. And you fall into the cauldron and die that way. You know what, we got time, let's do that. Let's show that one. Got another 5 minutes. Bonus run for you, chat. A second way to do the cauldron death run. Death warp. Again, we're gonna fly straight to the planet, fall through the hole as we throw the jelly bean off screen, and then run left. Do the exact same stuff, but then kill ourselves at the cauldron. We should respawn at the other area where the switch is. Bean. So if you want to do this route, you gotta be really good at quick menus. I don't know. No idea. No idea. There's another run that is all treasures. That's the longest run you can do. I don't even think we need the blob for this part. We can just run. It's just one of those arbitrary things that whoever ran this game 10 years ago decided that was a good run to do. And we can turn off the cauldron that way too. Yeah, that was a bonus blob. Very charming game. I like this one a lot. It's new to me. I picked it up recently. And I really enjoy it. But yeah, I'm gonna do a quick game swap over to Neo Geo Turf Masters Golf with the Big Mike 1983. So stick around for that, and I'll be right back. Just jam out for a bit.